y'all. Back here on another wonderful Friday. Yes, let's see what kind of laughs we got in store for us today. Man, I'm so happy. Aren't you? Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video and another wonderful Friday of stand-up comedy. You know, we reached the end of the week when it comes to the stand-up. And yeah, I definitely got a video that I think is a good one. You know what I mean? Hope you like what's in store. And but before I get to that, man, just wanted to get a couple things off my chest, things I forgot to mention. Well, one thing I forgot to mention. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. Everyone knows I've seen some people, you know, talking about it here and there, about what happened, about how that dude rushed Dave Chappelle on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. Oh, man. That dude, man, I hope he gets everything that's coming to him, man, for real. And I think he already did for the most part by, you know, getting fucked up by a bunch of people who stomped his ass out. But yeah, shout out to you, Dave Chappelle. I'm glad you're safe, man. You one of the GOATs of comedy, if not the greatest, man. And yeah, what Jamie Foxx said, we definitely gotta protect that man at all costs. So yeah, man, shout out to Dave Chappelle. And one more name, this just happened just recently, I think just yesterday. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, y'all. I didn't agree with everything the man had to say, but one thing I do agree with is that the man stood for common sense and using your brain and doing the right thing, at least from what I could tell. You know, his the kind of platform he had isn't something that I would wish for the future, because then then you got a whole bunch of people thinking that that one person, you know, is the measuring stick for, you know, the best decision you can make. But you know, that's beside everything, man. The dude was a very smart man, and I got to give credit to where credit is due. So yeah, my man died. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I think it was, from what I read, it said it was cardiac arrest or something like that. But no matter what it is, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. My condolences to your family, and hopefully everyone's finding the best way possible to deal with what's going on. So yeah, man, I just wanted to get that off my chest. So yeah, we got to get back to the laughs right here on this wonderful Friday. And we're going to get to some more George Carlin today, y'all. All right. Well, George Carlin is the man, you know, to me. You know, he's my favorite all time. I think he's the greatest to ever do it. Right there neck and neck, actually, with Richard Pryor. And I don't really know what else to say, man. This guy is just like, he's a genius, and he was always letting everybody know exactly what we should have been thinking about the entire time. But you know, he had his own issues as well, man. But you cannot deny the greatness of George Carlin. So we're gonna get into another one from him today, and this one is gonna be titled 7 Dirty Words. All right. Well, this bit right here, from everything that I remember about it, was it went all the way to the Supreme Court, having to do with indecent content or something like that, dirty language or whatever. And you know, for stand-up comedy to go that far, you know, and for a lot of people these days that don't even realize that George Carlin was the man that paved the way for a lot of comedians to keep doing their thing. You know, it's an incredible thing, you know. I don't even think that George envisioned himself being a part of that, but he was, you know, and he handled it with style, grace, and class. And yeah, we're gonna get into this one, like I said. So, George Carlin with 7 Dirty Words. And if you like this reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going. All right. So yeah, man, we back at the end of another week of great laughs and good bits, and trying to keep it all going for the future too, you know. And yeah, this day is no different, man. We've reached another wonderful Friday. I don't know how many we've done, man, but you know what? Yes, I'm glad that we're still doing it. So let's continue on with the laugh, shall we? George Carlin with 7 Dirty Words, right here on Eddie B TV. Wonderful Friday stand-up, y'all. Let's get to a legend right here. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Let's get situated with this one. And here we go.
You know, that's the trouble with it, is trying to decide what to call these words, man, or trying to decide what to call this whole thing. You know, what are these words that I'm talking about? They're just words that we've decided, sort of decided, not to use all the time. That's about the only thing you can really say about them for sure. That they're just some words, not many either, just a few, that we've decided, well, we won't use them all the time. Sometimes, well, hell yeah. Sometimes it's okay, but not all the time. And they're the only words that seem to have that restriction. I mean, there are a lot of words you can say whenever you want, you know. Pneumonia! Nobody gives you a lot of... All right, you can't yell it in the hospital a great deal, but what the hell? There are words that you can say, no problem. Topography! No one has ever gone to jail for screaming topography.
What's topography?
But there are some words that you can go to jail for. There are some words that we just have decided we will not say all the time. Sometimes, okay. If you're running through the jungle chasing somebody that we're at war with, you can holler them. If you're shooting a criminal, it's okay. It's the all-American thing. Dirty fucking crook. Bang! But if you're with the bishop's wife at lunch, it's better not to ask for the goddamn lettuce.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
true.
like we've decided there'll be some words we won't say all the time. And I was just trying to find out which words they were. For sure. All of them. I wanted a list. Because nobody gives you a list. That's the problem. They don't give you a list. Wouldn't you think it'd be normal if they didn't want you to say something to tell you what it is? Nobody even tells you when you're a kid what the words are that you're supposed to avoid. You have to say them to find out which ones they are. Shit! Oh, fuck! That's two. Oh, Ma, that's enough trial and error, huh?
Oh, man.
Please, Ma, give me a list, huh?
I got lumps on my head now.
All right, you're 6 years old now, and here's the list of words your dad and I don't ever want to hear you say. Oh, hey, thanks, Ma. Boy, that's going to save me an ass kicking or two.
So frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, you never know what's going to be on the list. Because it's always somebody else's list. You didn't make that up. Somebody told you that shit. They told you better not say that. So you gotta, and you don't know what's going to be on their list. God, people's lists even change from day to day. Some people on Friday night got a list, you know, about 2 or 3 words. Sunday morning, goddamn, they make 27 words on it. These are the same people 2 days later. Different list. So you got to kind of watch out what you're going to believe from them. The trouble is, I was trying to find out what these words might be. And I wanted to know the ones that you could never say on television. I mean the filthy words that are always filthy. There are a lot of these little two-way, double entendre words that have 2 meanings, words that are okay part of the time. I call them like part-time filth. Some of these words, they're only 50% dirty. You have words like ass. Ass is hardly even a dirty word anymore, but it has a few meanings that you can't say on television. That's what I was talking about. What can you say on television? That's another one of those places where we can't use these words all the time. But some of them are all right some of the time. Ass is all right on television. You can say on television things like, well, you've made a perfect ass of yourself tonight. But you can't say, hey, let's go get some ass.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point right there.
Bitch. Bitch is another word like that. Same kind of word. It's only dirty part of the time. Depends on what you mean by bitch. You might be the lady from the San Diego Zoo visiting one of the Tonight shows, and you might just have a bunch of little canines with you there. One of them is a female. You say, there's the bitch, Johnny, and it's okay, fine. Just don't refer to the singer the same way. That's it. Is that bitch going to do another number? Yeah.
Is that bitch?
Animals are fine. On those two-way words, and that's it. Yeah. That's what I was trying to find. The words that were always dirty, not just part of the time, but completely filth. Well,
filthy.
In looking for these words, I kept finding new categories. We have so many ways of describing these dirty words. Well, we have more ways to describe dirty words than we actually have dirty words. That seems a little strange to me. It seems to indicate that somebody was awfully interested in these words. They kept referring to them. They called them bad words, dirty, filthy, foul, vile, vulgar, coarse, in poor taste, unseemly, street talk, gutter talk, locker room language, barracks talk,
Barracks.
Bawdy, naughty, saucy, raunchy, rude, crude, lewd, lascivious, indecent, profane, obscene, blue, off-color, risque, suggestive, cursing, cussing, swearing, and all I could think of was shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Oh, yeah. Yep, all of those ones.
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. That was my original list. I knew it wasn't complete, but it was a starter set, you know?
Yeah.
Shit, piss, fuck. Yes, WBAI is the one who played them. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. Now, that was the original list. We've added a few words since then. We've added fart, turd, and twat. And I know there are some other words that many of you are wondering about, why they haven't been considered, why they haven't shown up on the list thus far. We're looking at them all very closely. Some of your favorites might make the list this year. Asshole, ball bag, hard-on, piss hard, blue balls, taint, nookie, snatch, box, pussy, pecker, peckerhead, pecker tracks, jism, joint, Donecker, dork, poontang.
Oh. Poontang, y'all.
Cornhole and dingleberry. Dingleberry, a very popular word. And to my way of thinking, dingleberry, a rather innocent-sounding word. Dingleberry sounds Christmassy to me, you know. Let's put one on the tree, Dad.
Oh, hell no.
So the words, as I say, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Now, motherfucker came off the list immediately, the first day, in fact. I had a call from an English language purist. Some guy had to talk, you know, he got on the phone. He tells me I have a duplicate on my list. I have a duplication. He says, motherfucker is a duplication of the word fuck, technically, because fuck is the root form, motherfucker being derivative, therefore it constitutes duplication. I said, hey, motherfucker, how did you get my phone number anyway?
Yeah, man, you just called him out of the blue. What's that all about?
I said, look, man, it may be derivative, but you still can't say it. You still can't say motherfucker on TV, can you? He said, no, but you can't say fucky, fucking, fuckola, fuckaroony, or fuckerino either.
Fuckerino.
Well, I said, yeah, that would crowd up my list something awful.
Yeah.
So I just struck that motherfucker away. Oh, struck it from the list. Motherfucker was gone. Now the list was shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, tits. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, tits. Doesn't it sound like something's missing? Does it sound like an old friend is gone?
Yeah.
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, tits. Remember the old rhythm? Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Now, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, tits. It falls apart. It isn't going anywhere. And by now, cocksucker is the dominant word on the list. Previously, with motherfucker on the list, cocksucker was somewhat balanced out. They were the only multisyllabic words on the list. But now, cocksucker stands alone. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, tits.
Oh. Okay.
And who knows, maybe it doesn't belong either. After all, motherfucker turned out to be a ringer. Let's take a look at cocksucker. Okay. See if this one belongs. We'll divide the word cock and sucker from each other, those words. Sucker isn't dirty. Sucker, it's suggestive as hell. But it isn't dirty. And cock, that's not dirty all the time. That's one of those words that's only partly filthy. Cock, if you're talking about the animal, it's perfectly all right. They used to read that to us from the Bible in 3rd grade. And we would laugh, man. Cock is in the Bible.
Yeah.
Remember the first time you heard about a cockfight? What? No.
I thought the same thing, too. Oh, man.
And even the word cocksucker itself has been twisted out of all of its original meaning. It's been distorted. For some reason now, cocksucker means bad man. It's a good woman. How did they do that? How did they do that?
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, that's the end of it? Oh, man. Oh, I want to know what happens after that one, too, man. All right. Well, this is like the legendary status that I'm talking about right here, man. This is like what he was famous for, man. Pointing things out just like this, man. All right, man. That was George Carlin, y'all, with 7 dirty words. Well, well, let's get to unpacking with this one. I know this video ain't getting monetized, so let's go ahead and go for it. I have so many stories from my lifetime about foul language, cuss words, dirty words, whatever. You know, I was always told don't ever use no foul language, but yet I always heard other people say foul language. And I used to ask, well, how come they can say it and I can't? Well, they're grown and you're young. I'm like, oh, so when I'm grown I get to cuss? And like, no, you shouldn't cuss at all. And I'm like, okay, well, the words exist. How come we can't use them then? It's just like, well, we could use them here. Some people used to tell me you can use them here, but don't use them there. You know, try not to use them over there, but it's okay over here. And I'd be like, this don't make no sense, man. Like, what the hell's going on here? And as I grew up from a little kid on, and I was trying to figure out what all this stuff meant, I ran into a lot of drama for myself, man. You know, I'll tell you a quick story real quick about me. I'm the oldest of my mother's 6 kids. You know, my mother had 6. And I never met my father, never knew the man at all. My mother and father were not married when they had me. And keep that in mind as I continue on with the story. I remember one day, one of my favorite shows was Highlander, the TV series with Adrian Paul. And there was one episode where I think his name was Stan Kirsch. He played Richie. And he was trying to find somebody to sword fight because, you know, if anyone who follows the movie knows if you're an immortal, you can feel another immortal around you. And that's what this whole thing was about. And he was like trying to find the person to sword fight. And he said, like, show your face, bastard. He said, bastard. Now, I had already found out what a couple of curse words were at that point in my life, but I didn't know what bastard meant. So fast forward a little bit after I saw that episode. Me and my family one day went to the Old Country Buffet to get some food, and I was in the car waiting to be sat because the place was packed and all that, and I'm playing Game Boy in the back seat of my Aunt Tammy's car. And then all of a sudden I'm losing, and I for some reason it popped up into my head, that Highlander episode, and then I started playing. I was like, oh, come on, bastard. And then everyone in the car freaked out on me. They were like, hey, watch your mouth. And I'm like, watch my mouth? I didn't say no cuss words. It was like, you said bastard. And I was like, that's a cuss word? So I got confused, you know? So good thing my pops wasn't around when I said that, because he probably would have slapped the hell out of me, man, without even hesitating. But I was like, okay, geez, I didn't realize, you know, because I'm a kid. So me being the nosy investigative person that I was, I went home and I looked it up in the dictionary. Well, actually, I wasn't at home. I was in school, because this is what makes the story so bad. But I looked it up in the dictionary, and the dictionary definition of bastard is a child born out of wedlock. And that means a child born when the parents weren't married, you know? And when I realized that, all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. My mom wasn't married to my dad when I was born. And all of a sudden, right in the middle of the class, I didn't say it like loud, but I said it loud enough to where people could hear me. And I just said it to myself, really, but everyone could hear me. I was like, I'm a bastard. And then, you know, the teacher had to call my parents and everything. And it was like this parent-teacher conferencing that went down, and everyone was worried if I was like mentally, you know, stable and all that. I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure some things out. But, you know, to relate it to this, man, it's like he was talking about no one even tells you when you're young what not to say when you're a kid. You say it, and then adults happen to be around, they'll probably slap the hell out of you or give you a good stern talking to and all that other bullshit. But yeah, I had to figure it out that way, just like that. And it's like everybody's list is different. You know, everyone might say a word here or there that's bad to some people, but good to others, and it's like just fine. But I found out that curse words were mostly associated with anger, you know, from my household, because my grandfather, he was a Christian man. I don't know what his life was like before I was born, you know, because apparently he was a heavy drinker. He smoked cigarettes, was in the military and all that. But with me, it was a different set of rules, you know what I mean? He was a Christian man, and the only time that he ever let any kind of curse words come out of his mouth is when he was angry and when he was pissed off at me or anything, or anyone for that matter. And, you know, it just like kind of made me feel like, okay, I could use the words if I'm mad. But then I still used them when I was mad as a kid, and I still got the shit slapped out of me because I'm still a kid. I can't use the words. But then I started to figure out little by little what things meant and, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, like, to be honest with you, cussing is something that is so fundamentally, like, normal. You know what I mean? It's like, if you cuss around square assholes who are just like, don't talk like that and that's language, you know? You can't have a job if you speak like that. Don't take your ass to church neither. And not only that, it's just like, it's a freaky thing to think about, especially when it comes to, like, you know, everyday language that we use. But as I started to figure it out more and more and more as I got older, I was realizing what everything meant and what the adults were so insecure about that they didn't want to talk to you about. What all the people that were your friends that you hung out with, they let their words fly freely, and then all of a sudden you just have to find your way in somehow, you know? It's like double dutch. So I found my way in, and sometimes I got caught up by my pop saying some things because I didn't know he was there, and he was like, what the hell did you just say, boy? And I'm like, you use that kind of language in my house and I'll break my foot off in your ass. And I'll be like, oh snap, okay. He used the word on me, so he must be pissed. I better pump my brakes. But yeah, man, I like how he described this, man. Like, I remember when I found out, you know, really got a basic understanding of what it all meant. I knew that I was in for some shit if I was gonna be speaking some kind of way and square ass people were around, you know. I just knew that, oh man, here we go. Now everyone has to be phony and they can't say what they want to say, be who they want to be because these square motherfuckers are around, you know. I couldn't stand it, man. It pissed me off, but I learned how to navigate my way through that. But what he said also, man, there's like so many ways to talk about, so many ways to describe dirty words. And I'm like, yeah, that is pretty damn weird because the dirty words are the things that you guys are worried about, but everyone describes them in a way that's okay. But then if you say the words, it's not okay. You know what I mean? A lot of gray area there, especially for me because I was always nosy, like I said, trying to investigate what things meant. And it pissed every adult off because they were just trying to let me know, we're the adults, you're the kid, you do what we say. And me, I was like, fuck that. I don't accept that, you know. Although my grandfather was the one man in the world I respected more than anybody, you know, the religion, you know, took away some of that respect. And also the whole hypocrisy about the language thing kind of screwed with me a little bit too. But, you know, if someone who I respected the most was going to get that wrong, then I knew I was in for a world of hurt when the real world came around knocking at my door. But all the words that he mentioned, you know, and when he said at the end though, because when he had to take motherfucker off the list, you know, and he said cocksucker was the dominant one. Well, you got to remember cunt is on that list too. So that's obviously the more dominant word, at least when it comes to people in America, because that word makes people really like, oh, he just said cunt. Oh my God, what is wrong with him? I ain't gonna lie, I use the word very often just because I'm trying to make it a normal thing for me, especially if I'm using it like jokingly or if I'm really angry at something, I'll probably say it, you know. But if I could say anything, man, I would just say that the words exist for a reason because they were created by somebody and they fly, you know, however they want to, man. However you can insert them is where they belong, no matter what, you know. You can try to say watch your language and that's not classy or that's not respectful or you don't have manners if you say that. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know what I mean? You can say anything you want, you know what I mean? Like, if you were like a genius rocket scientist or you work for the space program, you think people like that don't drop some F-bombs once in a while? Yeah, I'm certain of it. But the way George always broke things down made people think about what it was that they really were upset about, you know, and what they were being phonies and hypocrites about. And as the years went by, it all got worse, you know what I mean? And I remember watching his old bit when he was talking about euphemisms. You know, the function of time and the language keeps getting worse, and that's no lie right there. Look at the times we live in now, you know. You can't say damn near anything anymore, you know. You can't say retard, you can't say faggot, you can't say, you can't even say tranny if you're referring to trans people or whatever, and you can't say basically anything. And, you know, it's funny because, like I said, this video ain't getting monetized, but he didn't even call anybody a word really, you know, like directed at somebody, unless you were talking about that funny part where he was like, hey motherfucker, how'd you get my phone number? That was a funny ass part, by the way. You know, I actually heard a little bit of a little part of this bit, you know, in the special. I think it was before this one, because I'm still kind of up in the air and the stuff that I haven't seen from some of my favorite comedians. But to hear it described this way, I think it's just top notch, you know. And I miss George Carlin every day, man. Like I always wonder what guys like George, Richard Pryor, Patrice O'Neal, Richard Jenney, Greg Giraldo, Joan Rivers, like all these people, man, I always wonder what they would say about today's world. And we need those voices back, man, because the world has turned into a soft ass, bitch ass place, man. And I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers and all this. And I love swear words, man. I love cuss words, man. Especially in normal conversation, man. I use the words when I'm happy, you know? That's something I had to unlearn a little bit as I got older, but still, man, I'd be like, yo, man, how the fuck are you, man? You know what I mean? Shit, these motherfuckers out here tripping, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, cut me off in traffic, you cocksucker, and it just goes and goes and goes, man. Just, you know, like I said, man, just if the squares are around, man, just don't put yourself in a position to let them snitch on you. Let's just put it that way. All right, man, I'm ranting on a little too much. I got a lot more I could say about this, man, but I'll save it for another day. I gotta, like, see what he said after where it ended in this bit. I gotta see what he says after that. Maybe I can find another video that says something about that. If you guys know anything, drop me some links in the comments, and hopefully I can get around to it at another date. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, George Carlin with 7 dirty words. And if you like that reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going, like I always say. So yeah, man, another week of stand-up, y'all, in the books. I'm glad to get to some new things that I got to this week, and just continuing on with some familiar faces as well, and just keeping the laughs coming. You know, I'm glad I'm still able to keep on doing this, and it just makes me breathe a nice little breath of fresh air, just knowing that, you know, the laughs keep coming. I'm still ticking, you know, I still have my bad days and all that stuff, you know, but this is all keeping me in a very positive mood, and that's very much because of you guys as well. So yeah, man, this is gonna be Eddie B TV signing off one more again here. Like I said, another great week of stand-up in the books, man. I'm very happy to get to all the laughs with y'all. And before I cut everything off, man, one more time, man, another great shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. I'm glad you all right, and I'm glad that fool got his, man, because I'm sick and tired of all these clown ass people walking up on stage, getting mad at comedians for telling jokes. You know, everyone's already, you know, in an uproar over the whole Oscars thing with Chris Rock and Will Smith and all that. And he's like, everybody just really needs to understand, like, what is going on. Comedy is comedy, reality is reality, and sometimes they can, you know, clash, you know, but still, man, quit rushing the stage, man. If you do that, I hope you get your ass busted. And one more thing, man, another shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. May you rest in peace, kind sir. I did see some clips of his content, you know, here and there. Even though I did agree with some of what he was saying, it just kind of like put me in this place where everyone was trying to like perpetuate all these shallow bullshit society standards, you know. And I'm not saying that he was the cause of that or even a part of that, but like the way people describe things, it's always just like something that I can't get behind, because I think that everybody should be able to do, say, feel, act however they want, as long as it doesn't hurt another person, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah, man, still, nonetheless, he was still a very intelligent man, and he deserves all the respect and consideration in the world. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. So thank y'all for tuning in one more time, man. I had a very good time getting to George Carlin, the legend, you know. And yeah, man, keep the laughs coming, man. That's what I'm about being happy. Just trying to be happy before I die, you know. So yeah, one more time, thank y'all for tuning in, and until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.